When Lexus introduced the RXL in 2018, it was intended to compete with other luxury SUVs like the Acura MDX and the Volvo XC90, but it lacked in third row space and in trunk space. But today I'm in Austin, Texas, filling in for Sofyan, showing you Lexus's biggest three-row SUV, the TX. Let's take a first look. For those that don't know, the TX is based off of the Toyota Grand Highlander, but Lexus clearly made it completely different to make it more classy and luxurious with their new spindle design concept grille. So they're phasing away the spindle grille, which is nice, but it does look nice. Reminds me of the new Lexus RX. Of course, the TX has LED daytime running lights, LED low beams and high beams, and also LED fog lights as well. On this model, I can see parking sensors, and of course, as I would expect, a 360 view camera. Well, the front camera for the 360 view camera. In terms of dimensions, the TX is about the same width as the Grand Highlander, but it's actually 2 inches longer than the Grand Highlander. Like I said, the TX is 2 inches longer than its Grand Highlander counterpart at 203 inches long. I'm expecting that's more in the front and the rear end, but the interior will still be extremely cavernous. This one, being an F-Sport Performance, features 22-inch alloy wheels, but lower trims will get 20s. I have to say, I quite like the rear end of the TX. They did a very good job making it different compared to the Grand Highlander, with this full LED third brake light along the whole rear end of the car, and Lexus spells out their name, which it fits on this one, but the taillights are full LED, LED brake lights, LED turn signals, which are amber, and LED reverse lights. But this is really where the RXL lacked, in space behind the third row and also third row volume. But 20 cubic feet of volume behind the third row folded up. The third row is power folding on this one. That's very impressive. And Lexus says up to 57 cubic feet with the second row folded flat, and up to 97 cubic feet of volume with all rows folded flat. That's a little bit bigger than the Acura MDX, and that's very cavernous. Lexus hasn't released information on towing, but in reference to the Grand Highlander, those can tow between 3,500 pounds and 5,000 pounds. Something else that's very interesting that I wanted to mention is this black fleece over here. I guess I don't mind it, but I could do without it. I'd rather have it body color, but I guess then it would look like a Grand Highlander. Lexus offers the TX in 3 different powertrains. You can either get a TX 350, which uses the Grand Highlander's 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, and in that application, it makes 270 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque, using an 8-speed automatic transmission and standard front-wheel drive, but optional all-wheel drive. Lexus claims 21 mpg for that model. If you want a little bit more power, I would look at the TX 500H, just like this one. Makes 366 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque, using the same 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, but it's now paired to an electric motor on the rear axle that makes about 100-some-odd horsepower, and the Lexus's new hybrid system. Pretty decent, and Lexus claims 24 mpg combined. If you want even more power and efficiency than the TX 500, I would look at the TX 550H Plus, which is a plug-in hybrid, and it uses the old V6, the 3.5-liter unit from the RX 450H. So it's a very solid engine, and it's paired to the same electric motor in the rear axle as this one, but again, it's a plug-in hybrid, and it offers up to 33 miles of electric-only range. Lexus says 409 horsepower for that model, and up to 30 mpg combined. As we get inside the TX, you'll see that the interior has been completely revamped compared to the Grand Highlander. It is really nice in here. The seats are extremely comfortable. Both the driver's seat and the passenger seat offer full power and heating and ventilation, but they're really comfortable, and it's such supple leather. Just edit it. What the f? The TX has a 3-spoke leather-wrapped steering wheel. This one, being an F-Sport Performance, has a little F-Sport badge on the bottom of it. Feels very nice to the hands. It features paddle shifters, automatic headlights, automatic wipers, and also a plethora of buttons on the wheel. But this one has Lexus's 12.3-inch digital display. It's really nice. I'm glad it's a full digital display on this one and not their half and half like in some other products, but it looks very nice. Wow, this has a really nice heads-up display too. But this has Lexus's 14-inch infotainment system that was featured on the new RX. It's very nice, very good quality. Again, just like in some Toyota products, I wish it had a proper home screen. Now it offers a frequently used page, but I wish it had an actual home screen. This does feature wireless and wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The seat controls are over here. Wow, all the climate controls are now in the screen. I guess it's something that I'd get used to, but me, myself, I like physical buttons. I do appreciate that Lexus still has temperature controls as physical toggles for the driver and passenger side. Of course, dual zone climate, automatic, and the seats have heating and ventilation in them as well. That reminds me about the seats. They're super comfortable. They offer full range of motion, full power with 4-way adjustable lumbar. Very nice in this. I really like the interior, how it kind of is swoopy and spaceship-like, but everything feels very nice in here in terms of fit and finish. Everything that I've touched so far has a nice feeling of quality. I see many USB-C ports. Thank you, Lexus, for doing USB-C. This has a wireless charger, 2 reasonably sized cup holders. Of course, this car has a 360 view camera. If we go in the center console, wow, pretty big in here. And it looks like these cup holders are removable as well. Getting into the second row of the TX is a pretty easy task as well, with very nice step-in height. I'm 5'9" and I have great legroom, and let's see, headroom. Pretty decent as well. There's map pockets on each side of the seats. The seats in the second row slide forwards and backwards. However, I wish they slid back a little bit more. There's this console here because this one has the bucket seats in the middle that's removable, and it has 2 cup holders and 2 places to put phones or tablets. But in terms of the second row seat, they're actually very comfortable, a little bit more comfortable than the third row. Very soft, not too supportive. They also have these armrests here, which are very nice as well. The second row seats are heated and ventilated, and it's a really nice package and really nice place to be. This one also has second row sunshades as well. Now I wanted to get into the third row to show you how that space is. Lexus makes it very easy, putting a button that slides the seat forward. Looks like you could fit a child seat in this while you slide it, but getting in is very nice. I'll close the door in one streamlined process, but I'll pull this back. I'm 5'9", wow. Legroom, well, knee room is actually pretty good. The rear seat does recline. This is a little bit too reclined for me. Like I said, I'm 5'9" and I have great headroom. The second row seats thankfully slide forwards and backwards to give me a little bit more space, but I'm already really well accommodated. There's air vents back here. There's USB Type-C ports in the third row as well, but I don't see buttons for heated seats for the third row. Material quality back here is pretty decent. We do have soft armrests and cup holders, so it's pretty nice back here. Lexus is offering the TX in 4 different trim levels: Standard, Premium, Luxury, and F-Sport Performance. This one is in F-Sport Performance, but Lexus has also not released pricing yet. I'm guessing it'll be around the $55,000 range, which is about where the Grand Highlander finishes off, and about in line with the competition. And that, my friends, is the Lexus TX. I think this is really gonna do well, and I'm very curious to see what Sofyan thinks about this, so certainly stay tuned for a video of that. But I hope you all enjoyed this very quick, up close and personal look at the all-new Lexus TX. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Redline, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.